Well, thank you for tuning into tonight's game of Waterdeep, Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I'm your lovely DM and host, Thomas. Tonight we find the party deep within the dungeon. They've been traveling for quite some time without much rest, fighting their way through hordes of centipedes and goblins and would-be vampires and Xanathar acolytes. Many different things have fallen upon these travelers' paths. And here we find them in the halls, standing over the corpses of these goblins that warned them of the darkness, warned them of these creatures that loom in the deep. The stone shifts and cracks and breaks, and there these Grick, these medium-sized monstrosities, stand before you. They look like worms, kind of with this sense of ability to climb and crawl through stone, almost as if it were. And their face has these long hooks that come out to a point, and as they do, they break apart and create four tendrils with these sharpened hooks and barbs that break apart. And in the center, between all four of these tendrils, lies this massive kind of orangish flesh with this yellowish beak that come out with this kind of red tongue. And you see a bunch of these like little tiny feelers and eyes on it. So everybody, please roll me initiative. And while you do that, once we finish, I'm going to go ahead and get everybody to go ahead and introduce themselves and tell us who you are. I just want to get the initiatives out of the way.
With gift of alacrity, let's roll a 23.
All right, I'll change you.
And I'm Jason. I play Leslie, the cleric, and she's been going on a little murdering spree lately, and I'm gonna need to pull her back a little bit from that. She's been feeling a little murdery.
Ironically, on that note, I'm David. I'm playing Suchi, the bear of this group, and I'm just surrounded by bodies. I can't help but feel the need to pull them all up in a pile just for their own benefit. Boy.
You said I was
Wes, what did you?
healed. Oh, I'm sorry. You said I was healed, right?
Yeah, you got healed.
Okay. Misty, Rogue, kill things.
Sorry, guys.
Giacomo is being played by Ryan. He'll be with us in a little bit. He has to take care of his little newborn, his baby. And
You promised you'll heal him this time.
And Craig, you didn't introduce yourself, bud.
I was waiting. I wasn't sure who was left. Okay, yeah. As the DM probably blatantly just gave away, I'm Craig. I will be playing Cernan, the Asamara enchantment wizard of the group. He's the newcomer, and he isn't really used to the sight of all this death. So, while he's pretty quiet, he's mostly catatonic because he's freaked the fuck out by these murder hobos.
You mean the murder hobo?
I'm not the one that killed the
bugbear.
I'm not the one that killed the bugbear.
No, it was your god, cleric.
No, I didn't actually touch the bugbear. You all killed him before I did.
It was the touch of your Holy Spirit. You carry the murder hobo within you.
Oh. I never did master that evil villain cackle thing, you know. But no, not for this character.
I imagine like a cleric becomes like a body wrestler, and he learns how to grapple, or she learns how to grapple, and just completely restrains their enemy the whole time while they've activated Spirit Guardians. And the Spirit Guardians is just
There,
wailing on the guy the
there are
whole
some
time.
clerics that's their strategy. They either grapple or they hide. And they just run around with spirit guardians.
It's ridiculous.
If you're a holy person who keeps murdering, do you have to cleanse the soul by like finding a demon or something?
I guess it depends who your god is. You know, some gods are much more tolerant of violence as it means to an end than others.
Really, I'd say it's mostly on your DM.
Yeah.
DM's discretion is advised. So,
Oh.
has everybody done? I know Ryan had to step away, so we can, kind of come back to him in the cycle of the wheel of turns if we
I think
need be.
I think that's everyone.
Yeah,
He rolled a 16 plus 4. He rolled
he
a
got
dirty 20. Yeah.
yeah. So this is what we'll do. Lesra, if you'll go ahead and lead us off on the top of the turn, and then I'll temporarily skip Giacomo and we'll jump to Suchi.
If Leslie moves, is she going to trigger an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So Leslie's going to cast Sacred Flame at the Grick that's closest to her.
Okay.
So that's a DC 16 Dexterity save.
It passes.
Okay. And then as a bonus action, he is going to cast Sanctuary. Actually, no, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Screw it. Because
All right.
I didn't use the spell slot for my first action, so yeah, we'll do that.
All right. So where do you want it? Right behind it?
Yeah, does a 19 hit,
It does. Most definitely does.
and then
Don't forget your
12,
spirit guardians.
12 damage.
Nice.
The spirit guardians deal damage on their turn, so they'll have to pass a DC 16 Wisdom save at the beginning of their turn. I'll blow that damage then.
Damn. All right. So you're moving down this this tight corridor shaft that's like almost seems like
I
as
didn't
if
mean
it's
to
just
move,
naturally
but
formed
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Okay. And as you and Giacomo are moving through this tunnel, this large grit, this medium-sized grick, like 3 feet in length, stands there, and you let out your scorching bolt,
Take a
sacred
flame.
flame. You throw out your sacred flame. Forgive me, sacred flame, and it shears off to the left and misses as the grit kind of like lurches to the right, and then your spiritual weapon is summoned, kind of floating in the air. And what does it look like exactly?
I would say that my spiritual weapon is basically a giant mace, and it just whacks on people.
So yeah, you just crack into the back of this thing, and it actually falls from the ceiling onto the floor. It's in so much pain.
Oh. I end my turn because you said that I would provoke an opportunity attack if I moved, so I'm not
Yeah.
going to.
And
I can take my turn real quick.
Suchi, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? You hear your friends getting engaged in combat down this tunnel.
Hey, I can take my turn real quick, just because I'm
All right.
fixing some stuff. So the Grick, Giacomo sees it. He's going to step back down the corridor a couple feet, and I will cast Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action, or I'll use Bardic Inspiration as a bonus action on Lesra and say, "Go forth with your god power, lady. You've got it." And I will cast the spell Dissonant Whispers on the Grick in front of Lesra. So it's a Wisdom save, DC 14.
Passes.
Alright. So it doesn't take any damage, and it doesn't have the effect.
Dang. I'm
And
sorry.
my turn. And now I'm stepping away.
All right. How far are you stepping? Okay.
In real life.
Oh yeah. I realize
Yeah,
that.
I moved like 10 feet away from
Suchi, what are you gonna do? And Misty, you're up next.
All right, I'm gonna move 25 feet. Hear all this commotion. Oh, sorry. Hear all this commotion. And come up right behind Lesra and been like, "Holy crap, what is that? Can I see the Grick? Where is it?"
It stands on the floor now, with these four tendrils, like large tentacles with hooks and barbs on them, kind of standing before Lesra with this glowing weapon that's like made almost out of like ambient light that floats directly behind it, but it's about 7 or 8 feet away from you, around this bend, and to the right.
Okay, I'm just gonna shoot it. Does
All
an
right, let me
18
know.
hit?
Most definitely.
All right.
So you you aim your gun. Is it your which one is it?
Pepper box.
So you pull forth your pepper box, and your good and your good arm, and you point it straight at this Grick, and you let it off. And how much damage do you deal?
11 piercing.
How do you want to kill it?
Ooh, straight into the mouth.
Instant like blows out the back, in this like the back end of like this large worm as it lays on the ground, cracks through the skull, plows through the back end, like almost like a quarter size hole through the back of its skull, and just a spray of this orange like fluid down the back of its corpsey body.
All right, I'm gonna use my other attack to reload my pepper box.
All right,
That'll end my turn.
Misty, and then Cernan, you're up next.
How far away am I from the group?
Oh, you're in the group, dude. I've got you.
What?
You were kind of like
Has
scoping
me in the
out the
hallway.
top. Yeah. Well, it should have you right here.
Right.
So where you are is approximately 10 feet away from Cernan. I have you kind of like watching this hallway because that's where y'all were originally gonna go, was in that direction, was in the northern area. But somebody kind of YOLO'd and ran down the like and kind of went down this corridor here. And
Okay.
yeah, so you kind of like are like right in that area because you were kind of just kind of keeping an eye out on everybody. I was kind of having you play like perimeter check.
Okay. I mean, it seems pretty crowded. And it seems like everybody. I assume they have things ready to go. I'm gonna go, like, stand on this corner over here
Okay.
and just kind of
So
keep watch and be ready.
what's your field of vision? Well,
What do you mean?
what something's I think Micah's just crashing. Hold on, give me a second. Let me close some stuff down. Let's see if I close that. There we go. That might help. That might be the problem. Somebody has OBS running in the background on this. Alright, there we go. So your character's like line of view. I can't remember. Do you have dark vision?
I
Like
should. I'm a cat. Yes, I do.
5, 10, 15, 20,
I do.
25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So you would actually be able to see a bit down this hallway. I'll say here, and I'll give you to here. So you see that it keeps going.
Okay.
You can do with it what you will. That information, what you will.
I'll just kind of chill out for now because
Okay.
I know there's like a big hall, like everybody's kind of bunched up in that little thing there,
Yeah.
and I'll just wait to listen if they need me,
Okay.
and then I'll just kind of stand there at the ready, and I'll just ready a crossbow action just in case,
Okay.
something happens.
Something happens. Done deal. Cernan? You
Get my wizard.
your allies are clearly getting into a big fight in the hallway. Got Misty over here, kind of.
Yes. Yeah. It's a very narrow hallway. I can't see much of anything. I can't get through. I have very few spell slots left that aren't basically shatter, which would not work in a narrow corridor. So Cernan is going to pull a brave Sir.
Brave Sir Robin.
And run away. Just
Run away.
And
Okay.
will a magic missile if he sees anything.
All right, done
And that's his
deal.
turn.
All right, so now it's going to be the Grick's turn. It's gonna move up.
It needs to make a wisdom save.
Yes, it does. This is probably. Oh wow! All right, 21.
Yes, you beat my DC.
All right, but you get to deal me damage still anyway. So.
Yes, you take half damage.
Yeah.
Let me roll it. So let's see what half is. So you take 7 radiant damage.
Okay, that's not too bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. All right. Now once it moves up to you, it's going to do. It's going to attack you with one of its tentacles. So, does a 22 hit you?
Nope. Because I used my reaction.
Okay. Okay.
Add 3 AC.
All right. Well, it's going to make one more
Okay.
attack onto you. And that one misses as well.
Okay.
So after that, it's now Lezra's turn. With a couple of its tentacles, it's like moving forward, moving over on the wall, and it's like swinging these 2 large tentacles at you to try and grab a hold of you and hit you with these barbs and possibly pull you into its large beak with no success. Lezra, so you stand there and it's looming over you on the side of this wall. What do you do?
Make a DC wisdom save.
You make a DC wisdom save. 14? No, 12?
Nope. Toll the dead.
Oh, shit.
It would be 19 necrotic damage.
Oh, my God.
Is it dead?
It is hurt. It
Okay.
falls onto the ground like parts of it are starting to like be eaten away as its flesh, almost as if like a drop of acid hits it in different parts of its body as its flesh is being devoured. And you hear it.
The big magic mace of white is gonna hit it now.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a 28 to hit. Okay.
All right.
20.
Don't even roll damage. Just tell me what you like, how you want to kill it.
This giant mace of light just comes down and hammers it into the ground until there's basically nothing left.
So yep, as you say, it's like a cook in the back of a kitchen, just with a mallet, just smashing steaks and chicken and beef, just going bow 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 until there's just a pile of goo. Oh, I was hoping I could hit somebody. That sucks. All right. So all of you stand in this hallway with brilliant light dazzling off of this large mace. And you see down the hall just a bit. It kind of keeps going almost. You're unsure where this long corridor carved through stone may take you. What does the party do?
Perhaps we should take a break. Lesra, Jack?
Yeah.
Is it really safe? I'm too far away. You go ahead, Giacomo.
What are you concerned with? Walking too far away?
Well, it's a bit narrow, and we still have little Miss Stealth covered in goo in the back.
Well, okay, here,
No offense, I don't like the smell.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, of course. You know, growing up on the streets, you get used to stinky things. Just, if you all are afraid to go much further, suck it in, Buggy Bear, and I'll squeeze down the hall right past you and check it out instead.
No, I'll go first. I'm just making suggestions.
Well, I mean, if you insist.
We missing some friends? I don't see them.
Well, Olan, he's still in school. Cernan, I guess, is probably safe somewhere with that kitty cat of ours.
I don't like splitting the group.
As he says this, oh, go ahead.
I was just like, whatever, and she starts walking down the hallway.
That's right, a woman of bold persuasion.
Misty, Starting.
Yeah.
What are you two doing?
I'm just keeping an eye out. I guess, did we hear that they're, like, is all the ruckus gone?
Yeah, and you see your friends have actually started to move deeper down the tunnel.
Okay, I'll start following. I'll talk to, I'll just kind of motion to Cern and like do a quick whistle. And just kind of motion and then go towards the path, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll head towards Misty, so I'll head down here for now.
yeah, I don't know how far I can move. I don't know what distance is on this.
Oh, I'm right now. It's kind of free play as
Yeah.
y'all move.
Yeah, I'll just be in the back.
Okay. So as you all make your way further and deeper through this location, you come to what appears to be, you can see a break of some sort. As the tunnel continues.
So Giacomo would walk up next to Lesra and he would say, well, rock, paper, scissors for left or right?
You notice that the right over here starts to slope downward, almost matching that of the other room where that little goblin was digging, trying to create a trail or a path to this, possibly matching similarly to here. And you notice that just like in the other side and in other parts of the this whole kind of maze-like structure, bits and pieces of rock and stone are slowly being dissolved and eaten away through some type of magical spell. That it's creating some type of pathway to each other. Who knows how long it will take until these pathways are completed, but sometime eventually they will be done. So there is this strange hallway here to the to all of your characters' left, technically, but on the screen it's on the right. And then there's also this other corridor here that is very similar to the one you're already in that continues further south. What are you going to do?
So Giacomo is trying to rock, paper, scissors, Lesra for a left or right path.
What did you say? Rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah. So roll, I don't know. We'll just evens odds. That's how we'll do it.
Okay.
So, evens or odds, left or right?
Odds is left.
Well, phooey on you. Odds it is, of course. So, you're gonna take the weirdo way, it seems, this go around.
The what?
The left path?
Oh.
I'm thinking,
So Giacomo
Very sinister.
shimmies down the hallway here and says, well, off we go, I suppose. And I'm gonna walk to the end of the path. What do I see?
continues.
I thought you were going left.
Yeah,
Right.
so we
No, it's divide and conquer. You were gonna go left or right. That's what I was calling for.
okay. Well, then I'll go left.
I need arm room.
Something tells me this will not end well. Only half as much as used to, surely.
So Giacomo wanders forward a few more paces and just sort of like under his breath says, oh, gee, I really wonder what we're going to find down this goblin tunnel. Godforsaken grease monsters.
Poor little goblin girl that Giacomo said he was going to raise. Only if she ever knew Giacomo's real nature.
You knew that Giacomo was secretly a goblin hater.
Who knew? Whatever. His own crew. So, Lesra, as you go to the end of this hallway, you notice that it too, just like the other section, the stone wall is slowly being dissolved, and a corridor of some type is being created here in some way. Along this stone wall to your left, it's smooth like the hallway you just came down. The only thing is, this other area was clearly dug out by something or someone. Giacomo, similar to you as you continue down this corridor, it gets tighter in places, very, very, very narrow, and it's hard to squeeze through in places, but nonetheless, you make it through. Do you two continue?
Yeah, Giacomo will continue shimmying down the hallway and say, well, it's a good bet that well, I don't know what he is. Father, progenitor. Haven't met the man, but it's a blessing, I suppose, that I've got these sparkly eyes. And just keep continuing further down the path.
There's Lesra.
Okay.
Cernan!
All right. So what are you all going to do? Misty, Cernan, y'all are starting to become left behind.
I lost audio. Should be back.
Yeah, we
Okay.
can't. Okay.
Yeah, but we can hear you. But you, Cernan, are standing in this fork.
Okay, cool.
It goes
I can hear you all again now, so let's
perfect.
see.
So you're standing at this fork, and it goes to the right, and it goes to the left. The left goes down this long tunnel, where you see Lesra in Suchi going, but Giacomo goes it alone and goes into the darkness and disappears.
Cernan! If you can hear me, I'm taking the spacious direction.
I'm going to head into 36A myself and stop here.
All right. Misty, you start to squeeze your way through this long, twisting corridor. You feel bits of jagged rock and stone plunge themselves into your fur and onto your skin, and press and poke in places that are not so comfortable. But nonetheless, you, like everyone else, are able to squeeze through. And you are able to move forward as far as you need to. Do you go to 36A or do you follow Giacomo? Wes.
Sorry, I was muted. I went follow Giacomo.
You'd follow Giacomo?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Hey, if you add us all to the combat tracker DM, I can click in the combat tracker and it'll jump back and forth between people for me on the stream. Even though we're not.
If you want to add yourselves to the combat tracker naturally,
Yeah,
you're more
just
than
like
welcome
roll
to.
initiative, even though we're not in combat. It just gives me the ability to click and it jumps from token to token.
Huh.
I'll just
Of course,
manually
what
add
do I roll?
everybody.
The one time I rolled a nat 20, when it doesn't count for anything.
There we go. There we go.
Thank you.
No problem. All right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. We're missing none. Nobody. So, as Giacomo, we're gonna because you're closer to your line right here. Misty, how far behind Giacomo would you be? How far would you allow Giacomo to be out of your reach?
Like 5 feet.
Okay, so you're on his ass.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's
All right, so then I can do this.
That's my boy.
it's a dirty 20 on stealth for me as well.
Perfect. Lesra roll. Not Lesra. Misty, roll me a stealth check as well.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see here.
Don't be long. Hold on.
Let's see how well I do here. Oh, come on, roll. Damn it. It's only a 14.
You got a 14.
Yeah, it almost rolled over to an 11 plus 10. Landed on a 4.
So when you stumble up behind me, Misty,
All right, you're good. You got nothing to worry about.
when you stumble up behind Giacomo, Giacomo turns around to meet you face to face, like almost like nose to nose, and he says, "Boo! Did you know I was here?"
Yes.
Oh, well, I was hiding pretty well. Heard you from a mile away.
What's your what do you roll for stealth?
I had a dirty 20 for stealth.
Oh, okay. I guess I probably didn't then.
Yeah, what's your passive?
15.
So I actually surprised you.
You might have. That's not a good thing, though. It's never a
two
good
of
thing to
you-
surprise me.
I roll low on my
You-
insight, so I don't pick it up. You play it cool.
Suddenly the tunnel smells of cat urine.
The two of you start to move further down this hall until it slowly starts to. Okay, all right. So you're just gonna move right on up. All right, fuck it. You know what? Let's do it.
Uh-oh. Wait, what just happened?
dumb.
Mind you,
Dumbass.
I have a 20 stealth.
Dumb.
Do it. Do it.
I love when the
Roll me a
DM says
perception
fuck
check.
it.
Roll me a perception check.
Keep a number.
Where did you just go into that room?
Yes.
Yes.
you
See
did.
Leroy Jenkins at the end of the hallway.
Oh
God.
It was
god.
16 perception.
I told you
All
even
right.
number.
Let me just double check this.
Right now, I'm thinking Cernan went the right way when he had the choice.
I should have
Oh,
described
no.
my actions in better detail. And been
Yes.
attentive to detail.
Yes, you should have.
Hey man, you gotta get
Okay.
this game speeded along anyway, right?
All right. So as you stand there, how do I unhide something? There it is.
Click on it and say unhide.
Boom, got it. You stand kind of crouched as you slink into this massive room. It's roughly around 40 feet by 30 feet in some diameters. Off in the far corner, you
Oh,
actually
God.
see is a stone slab that has been placed over a small like exit, like a doorway of some nature over here that clearly goes on beyond at some facet. And you see this massive behemoth Grick that lay kind of clunged to the ceiling, like almost like a giant stalactite, like a pinnacled piercing tentacle that like hangs from the ceiling, almost like a cephalopod or like a butterfly's cocoon like thing tied to the ceiling, attached with like this hooked claw, and it stands roughly around 10 to 15 feet. This massive, thick fleshed hide monstrosity that has like these rippling fleshed like with like spikes kind of like jetting off of these rippled flesh bits, and you notice that there's like hardened like exoskeleton structures on the hide, almost meant for like gripping or digging through stone. And it has what appears to be this massive, like hooked like barb that's jetting out from one end of itself. And from fighting other Grick, you know that is the side that's clearly its face.
So Giacomo walks forward, sees this baddie off in the corner, and then I instantly turn around and this time nearly bump into Misty and see her, and I put my hand over my face with like the shush symbol, and then I point back there and I hold up both my hands and I sort of pantomime at Misty like.
Can you describe what you're pantomiming?
Oh, I just showed it on camera. So I take my hands up to my face like tentacles, and I go and like point behind me.
I got you. That's too funny. So what are you guys going to do? Are you going to continue down this corridor? What are you gonna do? But we're gonna cut back. So you all have this, and we're gonna go and switch trails. I'm gonna go over to Lesro, Suchi, and to Cernan.
All right, so
You
I
three.
just want to describe real quick what I would do before you switch over.
Oh, okay.
So Giacomo would open his vest, and you'd see an interior chest pocket sized to fit like a whiskey flask, and it's his flask with lamp oil, and he points to it in his chest pocket, and then takes his hands again and silently mimics like kaboom, like this in front of his face to mimic. And that's it.
Okay. So Lesro, Suchi, and Cernan.
So we have no idea what's going on down there, right?
None. Not a
Okay.
flippin' clue.
Okay. Because nobody sent us a message or anything. Can't reply.
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. You're
So-
kind of playing this by the seat of your britches.
Well, I guess I would continue.
All
Do you
right.
want me?
So,
Do you want me to roll a perception check?
yeah. I mean, how far are you gonna go?
Well, I want to see what I can see, and then go. That's 25.
Deal. I'll give you like up to here. I'll give you there. You see what appears to be a Grick that is hanging from the ceiling with what appears to be a hooked barb clung to the ceiling, and this massive like 5 foot creature dangles from the ceiling, almost in a sleeping like trance. Just this fleshy kind of monstrosity just sitting there with these little spikes and just rough hide, almost like a graboid, kind of like free floating and hanging from the ceiling like a butterfly's cocoon would be. And there you see it off in the distance.
Has it seen me yet? You said that it was kind of asleep.
Go ahead and I'm gonna say this. You, Suchi, and Cernan roll me a stealth check, please.
Oh God.
Okay.
Well,
Well, that's
I
not
think it's
good.
the first time Sernan's rolled any stealth check. He like
Yep.
he's a dungeon crawler, so he doesn't do stealth.
Well, honestly, Cernan, you don't really have to. You're pretty far back and around that bin. You don't really have to.
Oh, I'm over natural 1, so that's a 3.
All right. Well,
Do that again.
you three roll me initiative, please.
I actually got a 16.
Good job. Well,
15 for Cernan if we're gonna bother
Alright.
with it. But
so Cernan and Suchi, you two are kind of like in the clear. Like whatever's coming is gonna be like gunning for Lesra, because she's kind of she's got this radiant ambient light kind of like almost pulsing off of her, like she's almost like this glowing sun as radiant light pours off of her. And I figure even at this time she still has this like holy celestial weapon still kind of floating around with her, because it doesn't really take too much time to get down that hallway. I'll say you've got like 2 more turns.
That's a dirty 20 for initiative.
All right.
Because of gift of alacrity.
And you said 21.
20. Dirty 20. Yeah.
All right. Cernan, what did you get? And Suchi, what did you get?
Oh, sorry. 16.
Okay.
So Cernan got 11.
All right. So
yes, he did.
basically, I'm going to try something interesting. I'm going to basically allow you three to kind of continue forward and have your combat and do everything that you want to do. And based off of people's initiatives, we'll continue on with what we're going on, like with Giacomo and Misty over here. If they want to get involved in their combat, then I can throw them in the combat tracker. And what we'll do is basically group them together. So, like, in my mind, Giacomo and Misty and this giant creature will be in their own separate area, going on the same tracker as y'all, while y'all are going and dealing with your threats in a completely separate area. Does that sound like something y'all would be interested in trying out?
Works for me.
Like, I've done it before. It's worked out okay.
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Again, it's okay. It's not great.
Then let's
but-
do it.
Yeah.
All right. So, based off of the initiative tracker, let me add him in, and let me add him in. Then boom. All right. So, Lesra, you step up and you see this Grick clung to the ceiling, and instantly, as you step into the room, the ambient light being thrown off of you and your armor created by your deity instantly startles this Grick, and you hear it go. And as it does, you hear this skittering of stone falling from ceiling to floor. You hear it. 1, 2, more. More are coming. More than what you see. And it's your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna start by casting Sacred Flame.
All right.
So it needs to make a DC Dex save.
An 8.
That's a fail.
All right. Let me know what you do.
So that's 10 radiant damage. And I'm gonna hit.
Slam into it with this massive bolt of radiant light.
And then I would say that my spiritual weapon is still up from the
It is. It can
previous-
move 30 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack with it.
All right. Roll me an attack check.
26 to hit.
It hits.
And 9 damage from the spiritual weapon.
All right. It slams down on one of its tentacles and instantly shears off one of its one of its tentacles just flies and hits the floor, just kind of writhing and writhing and wiggling in front of you. Suchi, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
All right. I'm gonna go move full movement, full 30 feet.
Okay.
Is that 30?
Uh-huh.
Yep. And then I'm going to hold my action and pull out my flail. If anything comes near me, I'm gonna start swinging.
You well, you already have your gun out, right? And it's fully reloaded.
Oh, no,
Where?
in that case, I switch out.
Okay. You are wearing your goggles, right? Like you have the ability to see in the dark now.
Yes, when I'm not in the light.
Yep. You see this. Roll me a perception check.
— 11.
You see another Grick running and crawling towards you. There. You see another one over here as well. 2 more are moving towards you.
Looks like we're gonna have some fun tonight.
With that, it is now going to be the Grick's turn. Are you done?
Yeah, so I hold my attack action. Yes.
Okay. All right. So two Grick come pouring out of the tunnel, clung to the ceilings, just crawling across the ceiling. You see that one there, and then this one enters the fray over here. This one, crap. Sorry.
While we're here, can you please explain how hold the attack action works?
You have to
So
say
how
what
it?
you're holding it in reference to. So I choose to
Yep.
hold my attack action if, and then you
In
have to.
in case of, or if someone does X, or if I see someone come through that door, I blast them away, or stab them,
Yeah.
or grab them, or whatever. You basically said you hold your attack action. So what I'm
Yeah.
going to allow is when they
Really?
get within 5 feet of you, you can swing, but you
Okay.
only get to use one action. You don't get to use your whole turn.
Okay. So my question is, the one that just moved past me, does that count as the attack, or does that count as opportunity?
So that counts as an opportunity attack. And then you get to do a natural attack because you held your action. The one that's running past you is going to just burrow past you and not give a shit because it sees what hit it first and it wants to go after that particular person.
Cool.
I said burrows, it's barrels.
Wait, should I hit it then?
Yeah, attack it.
Okay. So opportunity automatically hits, right?
No, you have to roll to hit.
15.
15 hits. Please roll me damage.
Martial weapon. 7.
7 points of damage. It goes running past you, and you give it one good, massive swing right across the top of its head, and a large chunk uh, comes sliding off of its head, and there, you see it still pressing forward, but this massive chunk, it's one of its tentacles is missing, and another part of its beak and skull have been crushed in a bit, and it still carries forward. It still carries on, and then it walks right into Lesra's sacred flame. Lesra, go ahead and actually, I'll go ahead and describe how it dies because it's going to automatically die. Because I didn't realize you're going to hit it.
Did you roll a save?
I can, but it's still going to take half.
Okay.
Yeah, it passed. So he's going to take half.
Let's
But it only
see
has 1 HP. So,
So, okay, it takes 6 points, so yeah.
dead. So, as it catches on fire and crinkles to the ground right at the edge of the sacred flame. So, now, Grick number 5 and Grick number 3 are going to take 2 attacks onto Suchi. That's a critical hit for 1 of the tentacles onto you, Suchi. And then the second one is going to miss. But the first one is going to deal double. You take 13 points of piercing damage as this massive tentacle slams into you. And what it does is it pulls you over to it as this massive beak gets to take an attack on you now. And that's going to miss you as well. And it misses you as you keep pushing back and kind of pushing the tentacles off of you, using your weapon to kind of brace against the strength of these tentacles. The barbs dig into your hand as they scrape across your arms. And here we are now going to switch over.
Can I activate my hold action after that?
You've already.
I thought that one was opportunity.
Yeah, attack of opportunity would be different from your held actions.
Yes,
What was your
yes.
held
So
action?
now go ahead and what's your held action? You're
So,
gonna use your mace, right?
I'm gonna use my flail on the one that
Flail.
noticed, which is the one that hit me.
Yeah. So this is the blue one, not the purple one. It's the one above you, up here.
Critical!
Yeah.
Nicely done. deal that beautiful damage.
Well,
That's not bad.
12 points of damage. It's not bad. You lay into it, crushing the right side of this creature's face, clearing off 2 of its tentacles as they slam into the floor. The chain off of your flail rattles. This orange blood stains the entirety of the steel ball and spikes. Is there anything you want to say before I break away from you?
no, we're having some fun.
There we go. All right, so Giacomo and Misty, you two step into this large room as this monstrosity, this behemoth creature lie before you. What are you going to do?
I didn't step into the room.
So Giacomo, having communicated with Misty silently what he wanted to do, he is going to try to sneak around, hugging the corner of the wall here to get a little bit closer. And I want to try to douse the creature in my lamp oil. So, like, throw the flask at the creature's feet, let it kind of spill out on the ground.
Okay. So there's nothing's like it's not touching the ground.
Oh, I thought you said
Like-
this was on the ground, or is it on the ceiling?
It was
It's
hacking into
attached to the
like a
ceiling.
stalactite.
Okay, gotcha.
Stalactite, whichever one goes down.
Yeah, tight goes down, so it's...
So when you walk in here, allow me. Okay.
You're good.
When you walk in, you see what is a massive alpha Grick. Okay, it's coiled up. It's clinging to the ceiling, and it appears to be asleep. The creature has clearly recently gorged itself upon a goblin, so it seems to be quite full. You're not really seeing it moving around or doing much more than that. As you move into the room, the first thing that you notice is 20 feet from the ceiling is what appears to be an upside-down stone throne, which seated upon it is a mummified minotaur with a gem embedded in one of its eyes.
And the Grick is hanging off of this statue?
It's hanging upside down in the middle of the room.
Okay.
There is a large great axe that lie just at the feet of the throne upside down that hangs on the ceiling. You notice that stone debris is strewn across the floor, ceiling, and floating in the air. Things seem to almost be much heavier, and everything again is almost like it's this reversed gravity in this room.
Makes sense. That checks out. So, maintaining my previous stealth roll of a 20, I would try to kind of hug the edge of the wall and I guess sneak around it to get a better vantage point.
So when you instantly step into this room, roll me a dexterity check.
17 on die, and my dex is... If it's just a check, it's a dirty 20. If it's a saving throw, it would be a 23.
We're gonna say this is a saving throw because you can't. This is something you don't check for. This just happens
Yeah, so
completely against your will.
23.
So you step into the room, okay, and it's like you just stepped off a cliff,
Nice.
Ryan. You instantly step in and your leg gets lifted up above your head, and it's like you just fell backwards. Okay, and
Nice.
instantly, yeah, you're like feet overhead, instantly being lifted up your head tumbling over your feet as if you've literally just jumped head first over this ledge that's not protecting you, and your body is tumbling, and you reach forward and you grab the lip of a piece of stone as you're dangling, screaming. Okay. Unfortunately, well, I don't know actually if you'd be screaming. Roll, like, how would Giacomo be acting? Would he
Well,
be in a frantic
I
panic?
mean, I would assume that to maintain my stealth, being jerked off my own footing and flipped upside down, I'd probably. I'm just gonna say I would fail to keep that quiet. Like, as soon as it catches me, I'd be like, "Whoa, holy shit!" And as I float up to the top of the room upside down, I
Oh, you don't float.
Well,
You don't float. You fall.
fall to the ceiling. As I
Yeah,
fall to
so
the
you-
ceiling, falling up.
Yeah, you're falling up. And you fall, luckily enough, it's only 10 feet. So well, no, it's 20 feet. So you fall 20 feet, so you're gonna take a
1d6 or 2d6.
1d6. Yep, 1d6.
So 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Yep, so you take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And roll me another stealth check.
All right.
Hilarious.
7 plus 6, so that's a 13.
So yeah, you say, "Holy shit!" And it echoes through the whole room. And that's when you see the Grick, this alpha, start to writhe and move. And instantly it unfurls and uncoils itself as it clings to the ceiling. And there you see it slowly start to crawl and move across the ceiling, start to attach these large, almost like barbs from its flesh, like as if it's using its skin to grab onto things like an inchworm would be grabbing onto a branch to move from place to place. And you look over as you're falling and you slam onto the floor, and it is but 20 feet from you. And there you see these 4 massive, large tentacles slowly lurch open and wide, and this massive beak with jagged, piercing beak, sharpened points, kind of piercing in, and it lurches forward. What are you gonna do?
I mean,
What
at
are
this
you gonna
point, aren't we
say?
in initiative?
Well, of course, it's your turn. I mean, you're
Oh,
supposed to be doing stuff.
I didn't know if you wanted me to roll, or if we were rolling initiative, or just gonna use what's in.
You already did.
Okay. So Giacomo sees the Grick going crazy. I will cast Fairy Fire on the Grick. So I point my finger in with my racial ability. I make that silly hand gesture that I think is the secret Brigandier's rock-on horns, and I point it at the Grick and say,
How dare you! My sparkle storm will reveal your true intentions!
and from my fingertips, just literally like purple and pink chaff just fills the air and sprays into the Grick's face.
Yep. So it's this massive, like, stoned, almost as if like it has natural camouflage made out of stone and rock. Is covered in this glittery purple and pink sparkles. It stands out like no other. There we go. And now all of y'all will have advantage when you attack it.
Well, I get advantage.
Yeah, you will. All right. Is there anything else that you want to do, Giacomo?
So I will bonus action tumble, and now that I'm assuming I've figured out that I'm stuck to the ceiling and gravity's pulling me in that direction, I'll go ahead and take a couple side rolls and use the dash and I will do my full movement plus dash and save the disengage. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm going to try to get around them with the other 30.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'd be in this upper corner. I'm going to put myself right here. Today, VTT.
It'll get there.
Anyway,
Is it all you're gonna do?
yeah.
All right. So you run over there. Misty, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
All right. Can I see him from there?
Can you see whom?
The Grick.
Giacomo?
No, the
Most
Grick.
certainly. From you'll have to step out a bit more. Probably I'd say to right here.
Hold on, you just moved my map on me.
Like right here.
Stop moving my map. Okay. Does that put me in the anti-gravity thing?
No. But you know that Giacomo was able to walk in here and be perfectly fine, but it was once he got to a certain spot, you're not certain of exactly where.
Okay.
You just know that that's when it kicks in.
Okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I could. I will go ahead and, since I have advantage, I will shoot him.
All right.
With my crossbow. And, okay. That's good. That's very good, very good. The 17 on die, so that's a 24.
That hits.
All right, and I will take these. Let's see. There's one. Okay, so that's gonna be 6 plus. Hold on. 6 plus. Six plus an additional. What is that? 13. So 19
points?
damage. Yeah. And then I'm going to scooch back this way. And I will attempt to hide. Let me roll a stealth.
So you step up and you take a shot at this thing, and even with all of the additional add-ons and aiming properly, you stick it in the hide, and the first thing you notice is that it had less penetration and it did a lot less damage than you thought it would.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. But I rolled a 19 stealth to hide.
Is there anything else that you want to do? Okay. So you drop back in there. Cernan, get ready. Giacomo, the Alpha Grick looks over at you, and you're right here on the edge of this bend, right? Like you are right here?
Yeah. So I was
Okay.
actually trying to put myself, hold on. Because I used my regular movement speed plus my dash, I was actually trying to put myself here last turn.
That's fine. It's gonna turn and look at you, and it is going to head towards you. So you notice that it stands about 25 feet It moved about 25 feet, so it's about 10 feet away from you. And as it does, it two of its tentacles instantly slide and flail out towards you. One. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible too. And they swing at you, but it's like some of the glitter in I guess the bolt kind of being close to its eye from when Misty kind of tried to get that sneaky shot in, have kind of like messed up its ability to kind of properly judge the distance. And it's trying to hit you and completely missing.
Haha.
Yeah, it sucks. So Cernan, it's your turn. So you all are moving into this large room, and you see that there's bits along the wall that are also being kind of like dissolved and absorbed by something, as if something or a new cave of some sort is being created here. And as it is, your friend in front of you down the hall is being viciously beaten and bit by these large Grick. What are you gonna do, Cernan?
Cernan is going to do into the room. He's going to pull a chunk of mica out of his component pouch. Going to be flicking that chunk back and forth between his fingers like he's rolling a coin. He's going to say, "Okay, I would strongly advise you all to cover your ears." And he's going to hold out his hand like that, and just go zoom, and cast Shatter centered right there. It's a 10-foot radius. So everything within that 10-foot radius, which I think was just the two Gricks, has to make a con save DC 14.
DC 14. Fails.
In that case, both of those Gricks take 18 thunder damage as a huge sound rumbles throughout the caves. It would be the purple and the yellow.
Did you Thunderwave or something?
Shatter.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait, that's right. You didn't get this one.
It's basically a miniature sonic boom.
And you said how much was it? 16?
18 thunder damage, and they're centered here, so it's a 10-foot radius from the cross of those squares. So if I've done it right, Shuchi is just outside the radius, but the two Gricks are not.
That's awesome.
But everybody is going to hear the resounding.
So Misty and Giacomo, you all hear the thunderous sound of a crack of lightning, and you hear the thunder radiating down the hall. It's almost deafening in these tight corridors. You think your friends have gotten into some type of trouble just like you have where you are. Good job. Those Gricks are pretty messed up, man. Is that all you want to do?
Figure our friends know we're in trouble now. See, I've done my movement, I've done my action. As a wizard, I basically don't get bonus actions. So yes, that is indeed all I want to do.
Lesra, it is your turn. What are you going to do?
I just gonna slide forward and try to get behind, like next to Shiva behind him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna cast Word of Radiance and exclude Suchi from the damage. And that's gonna be a DC 16 con save on the 2 Gricks on either side of it.
Both pass.
And then she's gonna use her spiritual weapon to attack the one below her.
Okay, the purple one.
Yeah. And go. Well, I'm guessing a 13 doesn't hit.
It does not. You swing down as the Grick kind of sidesteps slightly, and the blade sunk. No, I mean, not the blade, the mace thunk into the stone by Suchi's feet. Yeah. Is that all you want to do?
Yep, this will be the last round for Spirit Guardian, so I'll be able to do one more round of damage, and then it'll be gone.
Okay.
On their turn. Yeah.
Yep. Suchi, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hit the one again.
All right, swing.
24.
Hits.
10.
10. You and you're swinging at blue or purple.
The one to the north.
All right. So you swing at it, and immediately when you hit it, it feels like you're hitting stone. It's hardened flesh. It is almost nigh impossible to penetrate. It almost seems as if magic has more of an effect on it than just physically hitting it.
How dare you! And I hit it again.
Roll again.
Is an 8 hit?
An 8 does not hit.
Then I don't hit it again.
You swing onto it, and it slams into its hide, and it almost seems as if it's like kind of clumped up bits of its flesh, and you see it now. There's chunks of like almost hardened stone of some type of mineral that has deposited on their flesh to create a harder surface, and they kind of use it as like a shield to kind of batter and protect themselves.
Well, that's new. And I end my turn.
No, y'all have literally like hit him with ease and just murdered the hell out of him.
Nice.
Where it literally wasn't even a thing. Because literally all like walked up on the first two and just ganked the shit out of them.
Epic flail.
Yeah. So now it's their turns. They're gonna go ahead and attack. Let's see if they'll even hit. I don't think they will. Yeah, it's a miss.
They need to make a wisdom save first.
That's a miss. Okay, yeah. 13.
Nope.
No, 11.
Nope.
And then Big Yellow over here got a 22.
Okay, so he takes 5, the other 2 take 10.
Oh, well, the other 2 are dead.
Bam. Goodbye, holy warriors.
Well, this does change some things. Alright, so this Grick will move up then. Bam. And last attack. Critical fail. Okay, so this one's going to move up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It gets there. It moves into the Spiritual guardians. Do I need a roll?
Yeah. It's whenever they start their turn.
All right, that's a 5. That's a fail.
So it only takes 10 damage. Not a big deal.
Okay.
And this is the last turn it'll be up, so.
Okay. So now we break away, but we will be back. Giacomo, this massive creature stands before you, looming over you with these 4 massive tentacles. What are you gonna do?
Giacomo is going to cast Vicious Mockery, and I look at the creature and say,
Get over yourself, darling. You're nothing to look at.
and I kiss my hand and then touch my butt and turn around and start trying to wander to the edge here. So it needs to make a wisdom save.
All right. It fails.
All right. So it's going to take the 2d4, and it gets disadvantage on its next attack. So
Okay.
it takes 3 points of psychic damage. And then bonus action tumble. I will take the disengage action. And I will run past it. So I'm back over here. I'll move the token in a second.
Are you back over by me?
Yeah, right there. That would be my movement.
Okay.
All right. Lets out a screeching wail.
My turn.
All right. Misty, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
I will pop out again. Right here, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is that 30 feet? I don't know if it is or not. I don't know what these squares are.
They're 10-foot squares.
Yeah. Each square is 10 feet, so 30 would be like kind of where above the 6 would be.
Oh, but I mean, if I move like right here, where do I need to move? Be able to hit
So you right there would be right on the border. Like you'd have to move up another 5 more feet, which you'd be like in the rooms, like in the room solid.
Okay, but I'm not in the thing with the. Is that where the
So I'm gonna let you know right
anti-gravity
now. I'm gonna let you know right now. You've already passed the threshold.
Oh.
I'll let you back up, or I'll let you have this. Would you rather make?
Hold on a second. I have advantage from fairy fire,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so it'd just be a straight roll.
Yeah.
Do I still get my sneak attack though?
I'll let you have it. Yeah. I mean, you could do steady aim and then give yourself like
Double advantage.
double advantage. Which I mean, technically at that point, it's not double advantage. You're just null and voiding the.
Well, but I can't move. If I use steady aim, I can't move.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then you can't do it. So you'll just have a regular roll.
Well, that doesn't.
Well, then you then wouldn't technically get sneak attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you wouldn't be able to get sneak attack.
Man, screw it. I'll just take a shot. Just regular roll. Feel like the worst ever. Looks like it like a natural 20. Sit.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Legit just critted on that, didn't you?
Wow.
That's
Dude, I was like, I
ridiculous.
hope he gets a critical on this.
I mean, you can't fake digital dice. Like, that just literally
You can't.
happened. They either glitch wrong or they don't work at all, but that was nasty.
Still not gonna be much though. It's not gonna be much, but because I don't have my sneak attack. So that is a 3, 2, and that's a 9 damage on a critical.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
So
then I'll scooch back.
So that 9 damage, you let the bolt fly, and it slams into what appears to be one of its many different eyeballs. As you start to see around its body, you see like a ball, like a black beady ball inside of its mouth, and you shoot it, and it writhes in pain, and then you look around the rest of its hide and its body, and you see that there's tons of these like little beady eyes that it has hidden all over its body that it uses to see things.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. And then a 14 to stealth.
All right. It knows you're there, but it doesn't care about you. It cares more about Giacomo at this point. I
just want to do something real quick. I want to see what critical
10,
damage
15,
on my.
20. So Giacomo, it's
Let's
coming
see
after
if it-
you.
I'm gonna see if this would have
It
done.
has disadvantage because of Dissonant Whispers.
Yep.
Let
So
me see what
it's
that
going
would've
to
done.
swing its tail at you with disadvantage.
I would have been extra 21 if I had sneak attack. It would have been extra 21.
Does an
damage.
18 hit you?
It
You get slammed for 7 points of bludgeoning damage as this massive tail comes swinging around. And then as it does, it rears, like it hits you and swings its tail back, and then kind of uses that momentum to kind of pop itself back around. And there you see these tentacles looming over you, and one of them comes shoving straight down, almost like it's like swinging down with like a hammer onto a nail.
Jeez.
Oh. 15, 16, 17. 22 hits you.
Yep. Even with disadvantage?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm sorry.
The player has to be the advocate for themselves sometimes.
20. Does a 20 hit you?
Yes.
Alright, so it does hit you.
Yeah, it's...
And I use disengage, so I can't use dodge with my
You get hit for 24 points of slashing damage.
I'm out.
Ouch.
Alright.
If only Misty would send a message and let us know that you're in trouble.
So so you fall onto the ceiling, and it's like this giant gaping slice from this barbed hook comes slashing down and cuts from your the top of your chest, like where your throat is, down, kind of like a zigzag motion, like it's moving through, and it's like this hooked barb that just tears through you and into your flesh all the way down, causing you to fall to the ground unconscious. And there, it can't do anything else. So,
Jason, I'm pretty sure you're farther than 120 feet from me.
Alan. That's
When you
weird.
say fall
um,
on which ground?
so Cernan, it is your turn. What are you gonna do?
Cerna's going to do something that wizards almost never do. He is going to move up to here, and he's going to take his quarterstaff and he's going to swing it at the Grick. He's going to make a regular old melee attack. Can you tell I'm rapidly running out of spells? And this is why does don't do it? Does a 7 hit?
7 does not.
Okay. I thought as much. And let's see. That was 5, 10, 15. Okay. And then I'm sure it's going to trigger an opportunity attack, but I'm going to then run away back to here.
All right. It is going to make an attack at you, and it's going to miss.
Does it trigger an
Unless
attack?
is it 10 for your attack of opportunity? Does a 10 hit you?
My mage armor is up, so no, it is not 10.
All right.
No, it does
You're
not.
just like you like run in, smack, and then just run away. So it is now.
Well, run and whiff and then run.
Brave Sir Robin.
Brave Sir Robin, Sir Robin. So Lesra, it's your turn. And Suchi, you're up next.
Well, Spirit Guardian's gone away. Lazarus is gonna cast Toll the Dead at the one above her.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a DC 16 Wisdom save.
Fails.
14 points in necrotic damage.
It's like acid eating through flesh. And it nothing's left. Just chunks of rotted flesh and beak.
Is it dead?
Oh yes.
Okay. And then I'm gonna use the spiritual weapon to attack them on the bottom.
Okay.
28 to hit.
That hits.
And 14 because I could.
All right. It slams into it with its radiant bludgeoning damage. But it's still kicking. With that, Suchi, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run up and hit it.
Okay.
Well,
A 12 misses. You swing at it, and it kind of pulls back just enough so that way your flail just swings right by it.
mulligan, hit again. Dirty 20.
That's a hit.
There we go. For 5 points of damage. All right, that's all I can.
The flail slams into it, and the ball goes limp, and the chain goes limp, and you can see that this creature took a bit of damage, but its hide absorbed most of its blunt trauma. With that, it is now going to be the Grick's turn. It's going to attack you, and it attempts to make its attack on you for its first tickle, and fails. And its second attempt fails as well. With that, we're going back over to Giacomo. Please roll me a death save.
That was a 10.
That's one.
Save, correct?
I don't remember. We'll have to Google.
Isn't it 10 or higher?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep, 10 or above.
So I have
It is.
one success.
Oh, you didn't want to go with meat grinder mode?
Not just yet.
I don't think we ever voted on it with the new party members and everything.
I don't think it ever got picked. We could certainly turn up the difficulty later in the dungeon.
So I'm gonna throw it out there. We don't have to start it today. Okay, but I'm gonna throw this out there. It's called meat grinder mode. Okay, nothing changes respectively within the confines of the game except for when you go up for your death saves. When you go up for your death saves, instead of it averaging out and being 1 to 10 is a fail and basically like, like 10 to 20 is a success or whatever, you set it up to where you have to get a 15 or higher for your death saves. Okay? If you do this and you decide to go this path, it's an automatic increase of your of how much experience that you would get by 10%. So just think about it. Y'all can collectively try and decide if y'all want to do it or something. But meat grinder mode, basically, death saves get switched to 15 to 20 instead of 10 to 20. And at the expense of y'all gaining an additional 10% of additional XP every single time. So that's out there. Y'all can decide what you want to do with it, with when you want or whatever.
Yeah, we can talk about it before next game.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be today. It's just mill it over in your minds for a bit. So that's one success for Giacomo. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give him markers. We'll give him blue. All right. So it's now Misty's turn. What are you gonna do, Misty? You just see
Can I
Giacomo
see
fall
it from?
to the ceiling, and you can see it. It's clung to the ceiling as if it was walking on the ground, and it looks around as if it knows something's there, but it hasn't yet locked its eyes onto you.
Gotcha. Can I can shoot it from there, right?
Most certainly, yes.
Okay. Well, I'm hidden, so I have advantage.
Yes.
Okay, let me try and hit this. I know it doesn't do as much as I want it to, but try and hit this bastard.
So something I'm going to tell you that's actually kind of interesting. Every time you shoot one of your arrows, you have to calibrate for the arrow sinking when you shoot it. But when you aim at something here, you have to calibrate for it rising.
Well, I rolled a 25. Did I calibrate it properly?
You actually calibrated it perfectly, and you actually slam your bolt into it. Roll your damage.
Alright. Okay, that's good. So it's 9 plus. Let's see what I got here. Give me good numbers, baby. Nope.
18.
9, that's 18 total.
18.
18 points of damage. Beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Which I strongly suspect are only going to be actually 9 points.
You shoot your bolt out, and it slams into another eye. And you hear, you don't hear, but you see it kind of wiggle and writhe a bit in a bit of pain. And it's looking around for you. Are you going to jump back and hide?
It doesn't see me.
Are you sure?
I rolled a 30.
You rolled a 3?
30.
God damn it. Alright, well, that sucks. I rolled really good, too. I rolled really good.
I'm like tucked up under this little nook, like right on the side.
Alright, are you going to do anything else, or are you just going to sit there?
That's all I can do. I use my action and I use my bonus action.
All right, Cernan, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Well, isn't it the Alpha Grick before me?
Oh yeah. Well, it's thing
I mean,
is, it's not gonna doesn't really know where she's at, so it's just gonna move 5, 10,
Oh, I know.
I mean,
and
it can attack
15.
Giacomo.
I just,
I mean, yeah, she could attack Giacomo.
Actually, you know what? Instead of attacking Giacomo, it's gonna grab Giacomo, and then it's gonna move Giacomo over here.
Oh, poor Giacomo. He's grappled.
And it's gonna like place Giacomo over there for a snack. And it's gonna end its turn. Because it doesn't like actually, you know what, screw it. It's gonna make a it's not even gonna see anything. So stupid. Let me see.
The fairy
Ooh,
fire.
here we go.
The fairy fire's
All right.
Giacomo's dead.
Thank you. Perfect. Get this shit out of here. Here we go. Stealth fight. Stealth fight. All right. I get to roll advantage on all dexterity saving throws when hiding in rocky terrain. Fuck yeah. Whatever.
way to go.
All right.
Oh shit, head.
There we go. And it ends its turn. You can't see it, right? Yep. Nope, you can't. It's so hard because things that I hide on my screen show up as still there, but like unless I go over it, like that thing properly with the mouse, it'll then reveal if it is or isn't hidden. It's an interesting thing that they've allowed for in the game on above VTT. All right, so now Cernan, we're going to be moving back to the other fight. Cernan, what are you gonna do?
Okay, Cernan's eyes briefly flash silver as he just mutters a simple incantation, Zinc, and casts the Mind Sliver cantrip at the remaining Grick. It has to make an intelligence save with a DC of 14.
Ugh. Oh wow, great choice. So it got a -3.
What?
Yeah, it has a -4 and I rolled a critical fail. I feel like this ought to be a critical. Like,
Okay.
I feel like it should deal double damage.
I think there's a reason that cantrips don't crit.
Yeah. I know.
It deals 2d6 psychic damage and it has to take 1d4 away. Yeah. It deals 2d6 psychic damage. It has to take 1d4 away from next time it rolls a save.
Ooh.
That 2d6 is... Oh, that's a shit. That's 3 psychic damage.
Hey, any bit of
And
damage
next time it rolls
is.
a save... It's -4 to on top of whatever info modifiers. Next time it has to make a save.
Damn. Hey, you will have to move up in order to be able to accurately see it.
I'm casting with my mind. I don't need like.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, no,
Sorry, I thought you were doing
You can
Mind
see-
Whip.
but
Forgive me.
you can see, my bad. So yeah, I'll move up to here. Mind Sliver, the cantrip. But you're right. I do have to see it, so I've moved up to about here. It's snapping back around the corner, but yeah, it's moved to there.
All right. Sounds like a plan, man. All right, Lesra, you're up.
Yeah. So is that? So like I said, is that -4 to whatever its next saving throw is?
Have to make a wisdom save.
You make a wisdom save. Hey,
Or you
13.
subtract 4.
Fuck. A 9.
Yeah, no.
It's dead.
13 necrotic damage.
Yeah, it's dead. It's totally dead.
Yay! Magic Twins power activate.
Okay, let's just go around the corner. Because she's been eyeing this door for a couple turns. And she's going to take a look at this door.
Oh, I love this door. This is one of my favorite doors.
Oh,
All right.
crap.
Yep.
Just trying to get to the other.
So, as you approach this door, the sounds of weeping come from behind a closed door. You notice that there is what appears to be a small hole that has been drilled through the middle of the door. And you hear it behind this wooden mahogany door. This tiny little hole with a bit of wooden dust kind of looming in this hole. You hear it. Coming from beyond the door.
Is the door locked? I tried the door.
As you would attempt to jingle the lock, you hear, and the door opens. You hear scrambling as you attempt to push this door open. You see it in front of you, a 10 by 10 room lay before you, and scurrying to the far off corner is a human. Let's see. Is a human who seems to be wearing a bit of tattered clothes. He has no boots on. It seems as if this person has been gnawing on their shoes for any bit of sustenance. They're covered in dirt and clay. You notice that they have cuts and bruises and scrapes. Blood has clearly ran from their forehead down their face, and they are clearly suffering very ill-begotten fate of starvation and dehydration. And as you open this door, you hear, "Please, don't hurt me, please."
Can I just free action throw a couple packs of rations at the person?
Yeah.
And be like, I don't have time for this. And then go.
So yeah, you throw
2 days of rations at the person.
So he'd
Keep going.
scavenge up the rations and immediately start eating one of them. And he says, "Here, take this," and he literally throws it at you. He says, "I don't need it anymore. It's just been in my possession for far too long. You just take it. Take it. I don't want it. I don't want it." And he collapses to the floor and just continues eating.
What did he throw at me? Like, did it hit me? Or
Yeah, it hit you. A book
did
falls to the floor and clatters.
I'm always suspicious of books that make people go crazy, so I'm not gonna pick it up.
Okay.
I don't think I can move anymore on my turn.
So as you peer off into this far corner over here, you notice that there's a corpse of a dead adventurer.
I'm just trying to go down.
Is anybody so like if you would attempt to move any further down, this is what you would see. A corridor that continues forward more until it wraps around.
Just trying to get to the wraparound.
You're gonna get to the wraparound?
It would almost be easier to walk back.
I'll just show you. I'll be nice. I'll just give it to you guys. I'll show you. I'll show you.
So, I guess it'll take me a couple turns to get into the other room.
Yeah.
Darker room, I see. Okay. Well, I can't do anything else.
Alright, so, oh, by the way, your Spirit Guardians is gone.
Yes! Yeah, we established that. It's gone.
Suchi, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
Alright, first things first, I'm gonna walk up 10 feet and be like, oh, hello there. What does it look like? Who is this guy or a girl?
So, by looking at them, clearly, they're very dirty. Their clothes, they've clearly been down here for anywhere between 7 to 10 days. They clearly are malnourished. They're starving. They've clearly been through a massive fight. And laying on the floor, kind of in between you and Lesra, is a book kind of face down with its pages kind of open, and, you know, its cover is, you know, kind of clattered across the floor. And it's got some strange writings on it and sigils on it. You can't really make out too much unless you went over and you kind of picked it up. But yeah, this person just sits in this dark room, this human covered in what appears to be ragged leather armor. No weapon. They have a scabbard, but it seems to be mostly empty. And they do have a dagger, but that's all they seem to be carrying. And they have leather, just regular plain leather armor. Everything's kind of darker tones with like a brown, and they've kind of got like a sash that kind of goes across them that they seem to have keep like most of their goods and foods, but it's all mostly worn out, and the shoes that they had been wearing have mostly been gnawed on and chewed on, and they kind of sit in the corner, kind of beside them. There's like a afternoon snack.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at it and be like, oh, you might want to wait here for a minute. There seems to be a worm infestation. But, here. I hand him my hide shield that I picked up last game and a gold coin, and I just tell him, in case we don't come back, you might want to leave this place. Oh, look, a book.
He takes the gold but doesn't take the shield. It doesn't seem like the shield's very his thing.
I'm just gonna leave it in the corner in case you change your mind.
Okay.
Then I pick up the book.
So as soon as you pick up the book, you notice that it is covered in like dirt and dust, and it's got blood stains all over it. This book was clearly stolen. There's a bloody handprint smeared all across the surface of the contents of it. Inside, it says, you know, all these different languages and words, and the person in front of you seems to not be very intelligent. At least not intelligent enough to have desired to read the contents. But laying within the palm of your hand is that of some type of grimoire or spell book of some type.
This might come in handy, and I stow it.
Okay. I mean, you got yourself a wizard in your party that could probably benefit from whatever contents may lie within the pages of this book.
Mhm.
So you pick up the book and what do you do now? I mean, you moved 10 feet. You want to keep moving?
I'm gonna move 20 feet over here, and that should be it for me.
Okay. You do see the corpse of a dead human who's clearly a dead adventurer who's been deceased for years. All that remain are their bones and tattered leathers and an old bag that clearly has a bloody handprint on it, and an empty bag that basically has a depression in it from where contents used to be. And it kind of, like when you look at like a bag that has had something inside of it that kind of like lives in the bag, it leaves that impression, that kind of like worn away fading. That perfect indentation is matching that of this book. So this book was clearly pilfered off of this dead corpse, and that person that's in that room, you can make the assumption that they probably were robbing this person, and probably got trapped in that room because all of those Grick were outside.
How sad.
So, do you end your turn?
Absolutely.
All right. Now, Giacomo,
Death save.
Are you still
failure
with
number
me?
1. Yeah, failed.
Okay. So he's 1 for 1, ladies and gentlemen. Misty. You hear it. The sound of something in the other room is moving, but you can't see it. Roll me a perception check.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright. Not great. That's a 12.
So you look around, peering around the corner, and you don't see anything moving about.
I knew it was there before, right? Like, I mean, I know it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was on the ceiling with Giacomo, and it moved across, and it set him on the ceiling, and it kind of started to crawl along the ceiling in your direction, but it kind of started to blend in a bit, and it faded off to the left, and you kind of ducked back into cover because you were worried that it might see you. And once you did that, kind of like losing your focus, losing your attention from that one thing, it just disappeared after that.
Okay. I will cast Blade Ward on myself
Mm-hmm.
and run to Giacomo.
All right, roll me a dexterity saving throw.
Come on, baby. Good. Be good. Oh, you were at 18, you jerk. 9.
A 9. You're gonna take some fall damage. Roll me a d6. So you get here, right? And
Uh-huh.
as you get there, this spot right in front of you, where it's straight and it's smooth, you step out, and the exact same thing happens. It's like from your head to your feet, it's like you're falling like head first, and your feet start to tumble over your head as you're like ass over tea kettle, just spinning through the air. You slam with your head on the stone, and it feels as if you've fallen, but you look up and you're like, that's where the ground is supposed to be.
What kind of
And
damage is it?
it's bludgeoning.
Okay.
But you tumble and you roll over here a bit, and that's when you see it. You and it have locked eyes. You fell onto it. It was on the ceiling looking down in your area, and when you went and made that like mad ass dash, you literally like basically jumped and then fell on top of it.
Okay,
and
but
then
you said it's bludgeoning,
yes,
and then what?
So-
What? How many d6 is it?
it's just one.
Oh, okay.
Because the first initial 10 is kind of like your body can prepare itself for, but then that initial 10 after that, you can't.
Oh,
Which I never really understand why they.
Are you
said
gonna
that.
roll, or do you want me to roll?
I'm cool with you rolling. It doesn't matter to me. I'm having
That
difficulty
matters.
over here getting.
Gonna be halved either way, so it doesn't matter.
I'll roll it.
Um.
You take 2. Well, I rolled a 4, but you take 2.
Okay. That works. Go back to what the heck? Okay, so that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but I'm on the ceiling now.
With it. So you basically fall and you hit this like hard as stone and rough, jagged surface, and you kind of tumble and roll down off of its body. And when you get a good glimpse at it, you're like, wait, that's not the ceiling, that's the monster. And you kind of like take a step back and you kind of get to see the whole kind of length of this creature, it being about 15 to 16 feet long and 5 to 8 feet wide, with these long, like almost 10-foot long tendrils with giant spikes and barbs off of this stone-like hide.
Okay, I will.
Oh, also it's covered in purple glitter.
I will. Well, now that the fairy fire's gone.
I know, but I'm having fun. I think it'd be
Oh.
funny if it's still covered in purple glitter.
I will stab it with my
All right.
rapier
All right, roll an attack.
since I'm right up on it. That is. Oh, come on. That's a 12.
You lunge forward and drive this rapier into the hide of this massive monstrosity, and you literally see the blade hit its flesh, and as you push, the entire blade bends like a giant C.
Yeah.
And then you pull back and the blade straightens out again.
Yeah. Okay, well, that sucked. That's my and then actually, you know what? I don't think I could have even attacked.
No, you could, because
No.
the only action you did was move forward.
No, my blade ward. So I couldn't even attack it anyway.
Fuck it, I don't care. I'm the DM. I
doesn't-
make the rules.
Yeah, it does matter.
It doesn't matter. It's no big deal. No harm, no foul.
Okay. No, I'm good. I guess that's it. Now I'm
Excellent.
stuck with this big monster.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. And are y'all cool with us taking a short break?
Yeah, it's fine.
Because it's 9:03. Is that all right with all of y'all?
Yeah.
All right, let's cut to break.
Let's reconvene in about 10 to 15, okay?
That works.
All right, guys. Stay tuned and please stick with us. Well, with reverse gravity, forgive me. So you literally end up going from being on the floor to falling on the ceiling, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, yeah. I will. If I bonus action something, I still have a reaction, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I will bonus action.
Disengage.
Who's the echo? I will bonus action disengage and then run over to Jacob. I guess on the ceiling.
Yep. It's rough and hard, but you get over and you slide over to Giacomo, and his unconscious body lay there on the floor. What do you do?
I guess that's all my movement, and I bonus action disengaged. I'll perch up on the. I'll be like Batman. I'll perch up on the ceiling.
Yeah. Well, think of it like this, right? So the ceiling becomes the floor. So everything that you're doing right now is like you're doing it in real time in normal gravity for you. The only difference is in retrospect, in reality, you are actually standing upside down on the ceiling, but gravity is just completely reversed in this room.
Is Giacomo on the ceiling too?
Yes, with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are literally standing. Okay.
Try to protect them. Because I don't want to. I don't have I've used my action, my movement, my bonus action.
Mm-hmm. All right, so it is now the Alpha's turn. It is going to move over to Misty now that it actually sees you, and it's going to make.
I still have Blade Ward.
Yes, it's going to take its 2 attacks onto you. It does an 18 hit.
Shield.
All right, and then so you shield, and when you do, describe to me like what does it look like to you when you cast your shield?
I'm hugging Giacomo, and then it just turns into like a big, like silver bubble around.
I love it. I love it. Dude, I love it. So like you're literally with one hand wrapped around Giacomo's limp corpse, looking at him as he's just laying there, frail and feeble. And you look over, and this massive 15 to 16-foot Grick with 4 large writhing tentacles, 10 feet in length, are lashing out and bombarding you with these 1.5-inch spikes, and then this massive foot-long piercing jagged hooked claw coming and digging down into this silver bubble as it's bouncing off and just trying to make all of these repetitive attacks on you, and you're just holding your hand out like just with this like silver aura just kind of protecting you and your friend. It's pretty epic, man.
So it's now a 23 to hit me.
Damn, dude. Yeah. You're that. I can't touch you, dude, right now. I can't hit you. There's nothing I can do unless I rolled like a 18 or a 19.
Yeah, you can
Good
try.
job, dude. No, I can't. I literally have already rolled and failed. There's nothing I can do this round. You literally are standing in this room, locking this massive badass creature down as it can't get to you and your ally. It's pretty badass, dude. That's epic. All right, and now we go to the other room. So, Cernan, you see this feeble and frail, cowering person in that one room, just nomming on what appears to be dried and kind of deep fried bread with lightly dusted granules of wheat and sugar. And you kind of look over at Suchi as he, I mean, Suchi, are you trying to hide the book, or are you openly like just shoving it in your arm?
Oh, I just stow it wherever I stow my stuff.
Yeah,
Like-
so you just put it in your backpack.
So
Yeah.
I'd have seen you pick it up.
You tell me.
What are you trying to?
I just found something on the ground. I just like, okay, stow it.
Okay, so you weren't doing anything to hide it, so I'd have seen you just pick it up, and that's all I want to know. No. Alright, Sonan's gonna do a couple of things. First, it's gonna be nice to whoever this is in the room, and he's going to use his prestidigitation cantrip just to clean off their jerkin. Make it look a little bit nicer. Then he's going to go up to Huchi and be like, "Excuse me, that book. Do you mind if I take a quick look at it? I feel like I'm. No offense, but I feel like I'm a better reader than you."
Ernan, how tall are you?
Hold on. Let me see if I ever got ready to record that on my character sheet. I am 5'10", so a little shorter than I am in real life.
Dungeon Master, the moment he says it, I just loom over him, and I just say,
So you try to intimidate him.
I have a free hit on Giacomo. Maybe I could trade it and give it to you instead.
Alright. If that's the way you want to play it.
You gonna call me I can't read or something? How dare you?
Children, let's calm down.
I never said you couldn't read. I said you couldn't read well. There's a difference.
We don't have time for this. To fight in the middle of the dungeon.
All we've done to come down here is fight. How do we not have time to fight?
The person in the room stands up and draws a dagger and instantly runs out of the room and goes, "I don't want it," and then just runs. Just starts to just run for their life. "You're not gonna catch me, coppers! F you!" And then you see him dart into the shadows and he disappears.
Look what you've done. You showed rudeness, now they showed rudeness. It's spreading.
Well, that was weird.
No, I'll just keep him.
Guys, do we want to chase him? I'd say as a group, I would call it the sensible section hasn't heard Giacomo and missed his contretemps down in 36C, right?
Yes. You would know that this path leads to here, right? And you would know that something connects over here. You would assume that there's some form of passage or trail that leads into the similar corridors, because based off of the sound and how everything's been traveling, you can hear that there's something coming from there, but you know, it's faint and muffled. You have to go further in and further down to figure out what's going on, but you can hear like there was yelling and screaming and the sounds of combat off in the distance, besides now that y'all's has ended and everything is dead in this room besides y'all. What are y'all going to do? Cernan, you can move forward more, or
It's not my.
I'm going to continue. I mean, I wasn't being mean, so I'm going to ask Suchi again if I can take a look at that book. At least Shen doesn't realize he's being insensitive about the reading thing, so he's just going to say, "The book, may I?"
How about next break? How about that? Let's go meet with the others if we can.
So do you want to go all the way back round then?
I'm following the cleric.
Fair enough.
My turn.
Yeah, I mean, unless Cernan wants to move up. Because don't you still have movement? I think you've got like 10
I've got 10 feet left, so all I could literally move to.
is where Lesra was, like right here, where the 3 is.
Yeah, I could move to here.
Yeah. So yeah. Now, Lesra, it's your turn.
I'm gonna move 60 feet and run down the hallway.
Yep.
Which I wrong way. I think whoa.
It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I think I
35,
get to
40,
here.
30, 35, 60. Yeah, right where I just clicked. Is where you'd get.
Can I Misty step further down the hallway?
Oh shit. You have to see. So what I would say is Misty step 30 feet, like down this hallway. Okay, so we'll say right here, and then you can move another 30 feet, because you can only Misty step wherever you can see. That's the
You can't
limitation of
Misty
the
step
spell.
through walls and doors.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's the main,
Okay.
that's the main door.
Okay, so what's another 30 feet like here?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right here, unless you get right there,
Okay.
or like right here.
Okay, I'll stay there. But yeah, I just run down the hallway as fast as I can, and I burn a Misty step while I'm doing it, just trying to get there faster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my bonus action and my action and my movement. So.
Yep.
No.
You're solid. Suchi, what are you gonna do?
Can I use my full action to double my movement?
So move and an action to go 60 feet. Yeah.
Alright. Go full 60. Turn the corner. I should be able to get